Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artweb.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSSBattle.dev, do the daily target, record myself doing so. Let's do that right now. That's great. We got the discs. We got the discs. Look at that. How do you make a disc like this? Right? This is the kind of the interesting question as the starter. Now, you could use, and I'm gonna make this paragraph tag transparent. You can do a radial gradient and set an ellipse. So the keyword is ellipse. And then transparent here. So that ellipse is adhering to the dimensions, the height and width of body. So it's got the same proportions. Now, by adding some values, 2 values here, we can twist it. So if I do 100%, 5%, I get a very narrow one, for example. Now, those two percentages are of the container, which makes it a little tricky to work with. Or not of the container, it's of the background size, which in this case is going to be the container. So if you, but we can do like 40 pixels, 100 pixels. So let's see what if we can make that work. 140, 50. And then we make it bigger. Now I believe we're setting, so is this identical? 14 and 5, is that identical? Yeah, so that is so we could use like Q units. So that's the proportion. So let's go a little wider. 8, 9, 10, 110. And then make it a little taller. 6, no, a little less tall. 5, 4. That might do it. That might do it. Now, this is pretty tricky. So if I do I do need to do an add. So the add is at 50%, 50% in this case. So if I need to decrease the Y value, 40, 44, 5, 6, and even there, it doesn't really look great. It's close, but probably not perfect. So I don't like this technique. So I'm going to use what is, to me, the most reliable mechanism to create these shapes. And that mechanism is a clip path ellipse. Okay, so now here's what I'm going to do. I want 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So I need a final margin that's a little bit different. Okay, so the height is too much. How about 5? And then we're going to change these margins. 4, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, and then this height is not tall enough. Is it 60 tall? And then we need more margin on the side. 7, 8, 82. And then we're going to change these margins. Minus 10, minus 20, 30. And that lines up pretty well. So I like this technique because it is the simplest to implement. You can also do border radius. And sometimes get a result that looks identical. And indeed, it looks like it is working. So maybe we'll do that. So which is longer? Border radius 50% looks like it would do it. So I want to carve out part of that. And I can do that by changing this background a little bit. But first I need a yellow rod in the background. So let's create a yellow rod. Um, that yellow rod is going to be my friend and yours, the conic gradient. At 40 pixels, 100 pixels, let's say. And we got this light blue, 75%, and then the yellow. And then these need to be taller to probably 220. We move it. Excuse me. 1, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. And this is 50 pixels wide. And then lower, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So that's almost good, but not quite. So the way I want to do this is also conic gradient. I could also use a mask. I could use a linear gradient mask. Uh, that would be another choice. In this case, I like the conic gradient technique. I believe these are all going to be identical. So I'm going to say at 50 pixels. And I want this blue color, 35%, and then transparent. And then I'm going to move that over. 100 pixels is too much. 60, 70, 80, 75. Nope. 70. No, 80. 85. All right. Let's see if we have matched it 100%. Curves like this can be tricky to match. So I won't be surprised if we don't get 100%, but we do. We got 100%. So I like this. Border radius and clip path are only one is necessary. Let's resubmit with just border radius since that's slightly shorter. It's one character shorter. Oh, the back end not complying. That's a pretty simple solution to this guy. I at one time I really went hard after using ellipse. I have a few old solutions that used ellipse backgrounds, and those are hard to work with. Since I've started doing clip path ellipse or a border radius I've had a much easier go with it. Now, you may be asking, what might you be asking? One thing to consider for one like this is that you might do box shadow. So what happens if you do a box shadow in this case? So those are some box shadows, but they don't mask out in quite the right way. So what if I do a mask of this conic gradient? Will that work? I'm not even sure that's going to work. So the mask makes the box shadows completely go away. So that's no good. That's an inappropriate type thing. But it is fun to see the box shadow have an effect and show up completely. But in terms of carving out that middle space, that's where they get you there. That's to make that a little harder. That's a fun solution. I think I've got a final. Are there other changes I want to make here? Gradient, blah, 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 final submission, and that's right on. Okay. Hope you're doing well. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a web page. Go do it. Go make a web page. They're great. All right.